What's going on, everyone? This is Blake, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to use ManyChat to increase the amount of attendees that are showing up to your Facebook Live trainings. Stick around with me till the end. I'm going to share my screen and walk you through step by step how to go about creating these tools, leveraging these, and how you can use them within your promotion of your content self. So with that said, I'm going to cue the intro now and we'll dive right in. All right, so as we dive into this video, first and foremost, I have my screen shared here showing you ManyChat on the screen. So for those of you that don't know what ManyChat is, this is a conversational chatbot tool where you can create different chat flows and automated conversation flows to ultimately direct traffic to itself. So wherever you're wanting to send your audience to, you can do this through what I like to call growth tools, or what ManyChat calls growth tools. Growth tools are my preferred method to use within ManyChat for Facebook organic in particular. As many of you know and have seen in my previous videos, I talk a lot about Facebook organic marketing and leveraging Facebook organic to build a six-figure business. So this is one element that you can leverage to increase the amount of live attendees you have on your live trainings, in your Facebook group, on your Facebook profile. So as we dive in here, I'm going to show you on my screen, you see that the highlighted tab is growth tools. So first and foremost, if you don't have ManyChat already, or if you don't have an account, feel free to pause this video now, go to ManyChat.com and create your account. All you have to do is have a ManyChat account and a Facebook business page. So if you have those two, you'll be able to successfully create and set up your account. And I'll let them walk you through the steps in doing so because it's pretty easy to do. So once you have your account created and you're coming back to watch this video to set this up, what you'll want to do is go to Growth Tools here on the left, right where I'm at. Once you're on Growth Tools, you're going to click New Growth Tool in the top right. I'll make my face a little smaller here so you can see easier. Once we click New Growth Tool, we're going to click Messenger Reference URL. This is my go-to for creating any sort of bot flows that I'm using within Facebook Organic itself. So 9 times out of 10, if you are an organic marketer and you want to use ManyChat, this is going to be the trigger and the tool that you will use to create that. So we'll click Messenger Reference URL. And now it's opening up a new reference URL for us. So from here, we can start to actually map out this flow. So let's say, for example, you are hosting a live training on how to set up ManyChat for your Facebook Lives. So first and foremost, we have the first message here, and it's dragging over to this first step. So basically, to make this really simple, the starting point of this flow is right where it says starting step. So if you click here and you click on Messenger Reference URL, it's going to show you this URL right here, this unique URL. You can copy this to clipboard, and when somebody clicks on this, it's going to direct them to this first message. It's going to say welcome with their first name, thank you for subscribing, etc. So we're going to edit this first message that they receive. We're going to say welcome first name. Are you looking to get reminded when my live training is off? I'll be breaking down step by step how to use ManyChat to increase the amount of live attendees you have on your Facebook Lives. So now that we have this first message in place, we're going to need to add a button, because if somebody were to click on this link that we share with them and they go to this first message, they're not going to be able to click on anything beyond that. So we're going to want to click, yes, I want to get reminded. It's too long. So you're limited to a character limit here, so we'll keep it shorter. Yes, please. Exclamation mark. So now first message is sent. Next up, we're going to take it and click this circle right here. So this is basically saying when somebody clicks yes, please, send them this next message. We're going to select Facebook Message here to go back so you can do that again. You're going to grab the circle, drag it over, and you're going to click Facebook Message. Now we're going to click Add Text, and we're going to say awesome. Click notify me below to be reminded for the live training kicks off. Looking forward to seeing you there. So now we're going to want to click OTNR. And for those of you that want to use this feature, you'll have to have a ManyChat Pro account to do it, which is $10 to do so. Really nice feature to have because this allows you to send notifications beyond the 24-hour time window. So if you don't know, with ManyChat, if you go and send a blast notification or a message to someone after they don't interact with your bot within 24 hours, if it's beyond that 24-hour window of them interacting with you, it's against Facebook's terms. So by adding this OTNR, or one-time notification, this allows you to have the right to send a notification and a reminder beyond that 24-hour limit. So we're going to click OTNR here, and we're going to call this live training, and we are good to go. So now when somebody clicks this messenger reference URL, when you send them this link right here, it's going to send them this first message saying, welcome first name. Are you looking to get reminded when my live training kicks off? I'll be breaking down step by step how to use ManyChat to increase the amount of live attendees you have on your Facebook Lives. If they click yes, please, it's going to say awesome. Click notify me below to be reminded just before this live training kicks off. Looking forward to seeing you there. And they get this option to click this reminder button. So now from here, I'm going to walk you through step 2 of how you can leverage this and walking you through exactly what this looks like within a messenger conversation itself. So now that we have your ManyChat reference URL growth tool all set up and ready to go, now I'm going to show you how you can leverage that and the URL that's tied to it to start getting people to show interest in your live training and click get notified as I showed you in the previous step itself. So in this example, I pulled up a post that I put inside of a test group to show you for sake of example on how you can use this. So let's say whether it's a long form Facebook post, a short form Facebook post, whatever it is that you're talking about this live training or this live interview that you're hosting, you're giving that person a call to action to comment below to be notified or be reminded before you kick off. So going live to share with you all how to go live on Facebook. Drop a GIF below to be reminded. So this is a really basic example, but let's say you see this post on my Facebook and you come in and you say, all right, I'm going to drop a GIF because I want to be notified. So let's just say you drop this GIF. Now what we're going to do from here is go back to ManyChat, the same screen we were just on. We're going to click on the starting step. We're going to click right here, messenger reference URL, and we're going to click copy to clipboard. Once we have this copied, now we can go back and use this URL for everyone that comments on the post itself. So I can say, tag Blake. Here's the link to get reminded just before we kick things off. Deliver that link. And you'll do this to every single person that comments on that post below. And now we can come in and that person can actually click on that link to get reminded. So when they click on it, it's going to look like this. Pull my face down so you can see here. Welcome, Blake. Are you looking to get reminded when my live training kicks off? I'll be breaking down step by step how to use ManyChat to increase the amount of live attendees you have on your Facebook Lives. You click yes, please. Awesome. Click notify below to be reminded just before the live training kicks off. Looking forward to seeing you there. So this should have said notify me. For the sake of example, this shows you exactly how this flow works. They click notify me. And now they're all set. Now you're able to send them a notification, which we will walk through next. But to recap, if you look at these messages here, these are exactly what we set up in ManyChat. So when we go back to here, We have the starting step of a messenger reference URL, which is that link that we just grabbed and sent to the person in the comments. We have the first message saying, welcome, first name. Are you looking to get reminded when my live training kicks off? They click yes below, and now it's prompting them to this next message where you set up that one-time notification for them to be reminded when the live training kicks off. So now that we have this set up and in place, and we are starting to share the link to people in the comments to get notified when the live training goes down, now what we can do is actually set this up right away. So as soon as you set this first growth tool up, you can set up the broadcast reminder for the Facebook Live itself. So we're going to go from here to broadcast. Now we're going to click new broadcast. We're going to say messenger. And now we're just going to type in our broadcast message. So we will say, hey, first name. And if you want to personalize it here, all you do is click on that little bracket and click first name. We are going live now to share the secrets behind getting more attendees on your Facebook Lives. Click the link below to check it out. That little emoji pointing down. So now we're going to make this button go to a website, open website. Right here is where you put the address of the website itself. So what we'll grab for an address right now is just the Facebook group URL. Let's say Facebook. I'll grab my Facebook group link. We'll jump back to ManyChat, and we will pop that link in here. Now, with this, if somebody clicks this button here to go watch the live once you send this broadcast out, they would go directly to the main group, which would basically make them see that the live is going on now. But if you wanted to get more detailed, you could create an actual event for your Facebook Lives by going to event, and it's going to give you a link to the training itself. So for example, this is a past event that I did where you'll actually have a link that you could put in here in ManyChat to send them to once the live goes down. With it. That way they're being sent directly to the live. But if not, you could just send them to your profile or to your group. At least they're going to get to the main spot where the live is going down. So once we go back to ManyChat here, we have this link in place. We'll put in a title for the button. We can say watch the now or watch the live. Done. And now this message is set and ready to be scheduled. So now we can go to go next. We can say non-promotional. And we're going to add in a condition here. We're going to click condition. We're going to search for one-time notification. And then you basically select the one-time notification that you had when you made it itself. So you basically put in a name when you create that one-time notification. So this is an older one, but we'll say it's this. And I'll walk you through again quick here how to set that up afterwards so you know how to recap everything. So once you've selected that one-time notification that you've made, now this is only going to send to people that click to get notified. But we don't want to send it right now because we want to send it just before that live training goes down. So let's say you set all this up today after watching this video and you want to get your broadcast scheduled and out of the way so you don't have to think about it. That's the nice thing that you can do with this. So now you go in and set up your broadcast. You set it so it's anybody that clicks on that one-time notification that you set up, and you now click schedule for later. This is where you can put in the date for the live training. So let's say you're going live on Wednesday, July 7th at 9 a.m. Now you can click schedule message. It's telling me that I need to select a message tag for the one-time notification reason. So now we're going to go back up to where that warning sign is. It says select content type, and we're going to say one-time notification. We'll select that topic. And now we can go next. We'll make sure that it's scheduled at the right time. We'll make sure it's going to the right people for the notification itself. And we will select schedule message. And now just like that, you have a system on autopilot for you that's going to be collecting people to generate interest and click get notified, and an automatic scheduled message that will go out just before the live kicks off or when the live kicks off to increase the amount of live attendees right away. So to recap here, we'll go back to broadcast. I will unschedule this so it doesn't go out. And we will go back to growth tools. So growth tools is the main spot that we started at. Again, we're going to growth tools. We have the starting step selected. So that starting step is that growth tool. Our next message is introduction, welcome, asking a question, giving them a call to action to subscribe to the bot and click a button, which we set up. And now we're sending them a last message that says, awesome, click notify me below to get reminded before the training kicks off. So if I remove this just to show you again how to set this up, towards the end, you're clicking one-time notification. You're putting in the name, live training on Facebook Lives. Then you have to enter the topic name. So let's say Facebook Live training reminder, whatever name you name it, just remember what that name is. And now you are set, publish. So that name that we put in right here is the name that you are scheduling the broadcast to. Anybody that clicks this notify me button for this topic will receive this broadcast message just before the live kicks off. So again, as we wrap up this video here, there's a few steps in this process, but remember, it starts with number 1, making a ManyChat account. Number 2, after you set up your ManyChat account, you go to growth tools and you select new growth tool. Once you select new growth tool, you're going to go down to messenger reference URL. You now have a unique URL that you can send people to, but before we send people to this unique URL, we have to make sure that the messages are in place behind it. So we'll want to fix the opt-in message, edit this as you wish, give them a button to click through next, where you can say, yes, please, whatever it is. We'll change this content type to other. That's always the good content type to change it to whenever you're in doubt. Just put it at that way there's something on it. And then we're going to select yes, please. When somebody clicks yes, please, what do we want the bot to send next? Another Facebook message where we prompt them to click get notified below. So we're putting in click below to be notified. We're going to put in a one-time notification, live training. You give a brief description of the live training here. Description. Notify me. And now we put in that topic name, live training test, whatever the name is. Now you're all set. Once this is in place, you have this URL ready to All right, so that is a wrap on how to set up a ManyChat reference URL growth tool and leverage that growth tool to get more live attendees to your Facebook Live trainings itself. Hopefully you got some value from this video. If you need to, pause, watch the video again over and over again. That way you can get this in place and follow it step by step. And if you don't have a ManyChat account set up yet, link in the description below to click that and set up your account. From there, go back and rewatch this video, pause it as needed, and follow the exact steps that I walked you through to create one of these growth tools, to start sending out that URL, and to schedule your broadcast to get more attendees to that live itself. Again, if you got value from this training today, as I walked you through a text setup and an automation system that you can use to get more live attendees, be sure to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel below as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.